YNW Melly back in court today. His attorney saying the state has not given enough evidence to this point to keep him in jail, but prosecutors say they have proven plenty that shows he needs to remain behind bars.
Oh, please don't you cry, I'm sorry, I just hope sometime I'll be home soon.
Melly's worst nightmare became a reality when it was announced Melly's ex-girlfriend Mariah was arrested while re-entering the country on January 26th. She's been booked and detained in Miami County. She's expected not to receive a bond since the feds have been looking for her. She will be questioned on the witness tampering claims and what happened on the night of the crime. She is the key piece to solving the truth of what happened to Sack Chaser in juvie.
Mariah Hamilton is spending her first day at the Broward County Jail. She has no arrest record until now. U.S. Border Patrol agents arrested her at Miami International Airport Monday after she arrived on an international flight. Court records show Hamilton was ordered to testify in Demon's first trial in 2023.
The feds investigated Mariah's iCloud and noticed activity relating to Melly trying to tamper with her. If Melly is found guilty of witness tampering alone, he faces life in jail.
Filing 6 new charges against Demons and 2 others who were allegedly involved. The charges include tampering with a witness, directing the activities of a criminal, solicitation or conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Now, a couple of those charges actually carry a life in prison sentence if there's a conviction.
The feds have always wanted to question Mariah. Luckily for Melly, she agreed to leave the country for some time. But with her back, she won't be able to stay quiet. We even heard from Juvie's dad and how he found out Melly was witness tampering with Mariah.
There was this kind of crazy way that Melly was communicating. He wasn't allowed to use the phone, but he was passing notes to people, and then this person's calling this person and then that person.
Saying like to me, they going through extreme measures, trying to cover up or convince people not to testify, like Mariah mom. They was using code words like Rihanna and A$AP Rocky's baby mom. And
if found guilty, Melly will be sentenced to life inside of prison for the witness tampering charges alone. This didn't settle well for Melly, because he showed up in his last court date with his true emotions. He walked in looking very angry with no haircut. However, it changed when the judge started talking about releasing him from jail, because it was reported Melly has to make an informed decision about who he wants as lawyers. He's now been sitting in our jail for over 2,100 days.
No, let me repeat myself. Mr. Demons has to make an informed decision about who he wants as lawyers. He's now been sitting in our jail for 2,159 days. So, how long would you like to be able to make that decision?
I can't determine when the investigation will be over. That's up to the Broward Sheriff's Office. But I can, as I said, I'm just asking for, and then I'm asking for at least a day or 2. At minimum.
You decide by tomorrow. I've also reserved all of tomorrow.
Since February 2019, Melly has been stuck in jail, and over the years he's continued to be treated worse on the inside, with Melly's mother talking about it.
My son has not been convicted of anything, and even other inmates that have been convicted or anything, they have the right to use a telephone. They have a right to just to be allowed to write letters to their loved ones, to receive their mail. They hold his mail, they don't give it to him.
But if they have evidence of Melly's witness tampering being through the jail phones, that'd be why he can't use them. But it still doesn't change the fact that Melly's mother feels heartbroken and helpless for her son.
When you saw Melly's statement, just saying how he's been hurt, how he's scared for his life, as a mother, how did that make you feel?
It's heartbreaking. It made me feel completely helpless. Broward Sheriff's Office definitely needs to be investigated. I mean, they are making up their own rules. We've tried to go to court about this situation. The judge really doesn't have any jurisdiction when it comes to the jail, because we actually had a hearing about the mistreatment of him, and the jail they make their own rules. And I don't think that's fair, because I know that they need to answer to someone too.
With Melly's case being so public, it's gotten a lot of media attention, which got Charleston White saying,
The YNW Melly, I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated. Yeah, I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated, homie. Homie, when you take a life, homie, you ain't got a right to complain about a motherfucking thing. About being mistreated when you done chose to play somebody.
Even Boozy spoke on the stress Melly's mother Jamie King has been going through.
She She real, bro. You know, she real.
She's stressed out. I heard she had a...
Yeah, she real, and I reached my hand out to him, cause I'm real. Yeah, I reached out to him, bro. I met his mom, and she a good woman.
On top of witness tampering charges, Bortland's house was raided, and they found papers with descriptions of what the jurors looked like and where they were sitting in court, making it look like Bortland and Melly were going to tamper with the jury.
Melly's co-defendant YNW Bortland was booked into a Miami jail Monday night and is being held behind bars on an out-of-county warrant. We just confirmed the warrant is out of Broward County for witness tampering. The warrant obtained by Law and Crime Network states as follows. On or about April 10, 2023, continuing through and including July 22, 2023, Cortland Henry, aka Bortland, along with others, did unlawfully and knowingly engage in misleading conduct toward another person with the intent to cause or induce them to withhold testimony. The warrant continues the alleged witness had been summoned by the legal process to the jury trial of Jamel Dimmons, aka YNW Melly. The dates in the warrant are important. Jury selection for Melly started in mid-April, and a judge declared a mistrial on July 22nd, the same day the warrant claims Bortland allegedly tampered with a witness.
Which is extremely illegal and endangers the safety of the jurors. DJ Academics couldn't even believe they tried to do this.
To keep it real, this is sloppy. Bortland, how the f you gonna have the notebook of the jurors in your house? Holy sh! Like, come the f on! It's like doing a and having the surveillance tape in your DVD player or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro! Like they raid your crib and the surveillance footage of the is in your DVD player. They be like, oh, okay, thank you, brother. This can't be at your crib.
With Melly getting more and more charges stacked on, and the prosecutors having many delays over the years, it makes what Boozy said about the feds seem true.
Now they're putting even more charges on him, and then
when they want you, they want you. I knew they wanted them bad when they waited for that law to get passed. So it'd be 8-4.
Oh right, yeah.
You know, they waited all the way till that law got passed to take him to trial.
Yeah, he was in jail for what, 2 years, 3 years?
Yeah, they could have been took you to trial.
You're right.
They waited till that law got passed and took him to trial a couple months later. When they want you, man. Just don't see how he didn't get a bond after a fucking mistrial.
Yeah.
That made me like, God damn.
Yeah.
Like, after a mistrial, that doesn't happen, really.
But in a last-ditch effort to save a bond for Melly, his lawyers brought up how Melly texted Mariah during the crime, and how his texts are supposed to reveal he was running away from men on the street.
That would be the part where he's saying that someone just shot the car up and was trying to shoot him. So I asked him if he was okay, where he was, and he's like, there's a car coming behind him, like hiding. He was like, there's some, there's some, I think they're still out here or something. So I'm like, are you okay? He's like, I'm okay. I said, well, where are Sack and Juvie? And he said, I don't know if they're in the car. I think they're...
They brought back up the fact that no firearm was ever found for the crime.
So the first thing is I didn't have a firearm, so I can't know which firearm I'm going to use in order to replicate any of my tests. So I can't make tests for this determination because I don't know what firearm was used.
Okay.
But this wasn't enough to get him out, because the prosecutors found the true motive behind the crime. Back in the day, King Von and Melly were close friends. A former O-Block member shared how Melly went to King Von to ask him how to deal with Sack Chaser and Juvie.
Did Von really tell you that Melly told him that he was two friends?
He ain't come out and say, like, we got into an argument. And so, you know, if you know, when people could say something without saying it. And so he told me, like, once I posted what I posted, Von was mad at me, bro. Why you put up there, bro? Walk the bam. I'm like, you sitting up here, like, you know the love we got. You do this for us, but you gonna trust that his two friends? And he said, them was trying to extort him. And so I'm like, if they was trying to extort him, then why are you still around them?
Because Bortland and Melly did the bulk of the work for the company, yet Sack Chaser and Juvie wanted to split the money equally in 4 ways. Melly didn't like that, so he asked King Von on what to do, and you can probably guess what he said. However, when you pair the motive with all the hard evidence against Melly, it doesn't look good for him at all. Just like these messages found on his phone after the crime happened.
The PC Gambino account asked him if he was okay, and his response was, I did that, and placed a smiley face emoji.
And the next message from 10/26/2018 at 16:02 from Eastern Standard Time. The YNW Melly count says what?
After that, SHHHH.
Not to mention, just the day after, Bortlen and Melly looked like they had no sadness for their fallen friends.
Melly still turned regardless of what happened this early morning. He's still out here being very positive. Turned still. Hey! No, still turned, regardless of what happened. You already know.
And probably the worst evidence of all is when a prosecutor investigated the Jeep that they were in, and he testified that a drive-by couldn't have happened.
How many rounds were inside the car?
3. From the driver's side back seat.
As to the shot that killed Christopher Thomas, where did that emanate from?
Driver's side back seat.
Oh.
My determination was that this is not a drive-by, and it's based upon this picture here at a stationary position when all but one of these rounds are going in. The one round that has some movement in it, which is round site L here, the actually moving in that.
Williams revealed the crime must have happened from the back left seat of the vehicle. Juvie's mother testified in court about who entered that seat of the car.
His mother.
And who is that?
Christopher Thomas.
Ms. Phillips, did you see who entered into the occupants who entered into that gray Jeep?
Yes.
Do you recognize where your son entered that gray Jeep?
Yes.
Which seat, if you can identify for the jury?
He got in the back seat on the right hand side.
Did you recognize the individual that got into the back seat on the left side, the rear driver's side?
Yes.
And who was that individual?
Janelle.